It is hard to remember now where had this actually begun. Never really came to know what was my age when I was first locked up. All I could gather of my own memory is a tiny room with not a small speck of sunlight. My nights were all alike and days as same as night. The only thing different was the way my captor tortured my body piece by piece. Later people told me that my captor was my father. They also told me that there was something terribly wrong with his brain. I did not doubt either. I could never understand the absurdity of my existence. But for now, let's go to how it was since I remember it. I was locked in a very small room, fully white with no windows and a headless toilet seat. I learned how to shit and piss in that seat only after I learned how to stand up. I even learned about sound and vibration. I stood only after I felt the need to run from the beating he was about to give me. Food was thrown twice a day. The only two colors I saw were white, the room being white, and red, the color that spilled, sometimes in streams, from the places where he would hit me. I felt certain changes in my body, growing in rather odd ways. That was because he had stripped me of my clothes and had put in something sticky and thick into my lower body. The pain was excruciating. The after effects were worse. Funny thing was that I was not trained to understand that I had been raped. I was blind. All I saw was the room all my life. I was dumb because I did not know how to tell him to stop. But I was not deaf. I had something I called the magic glass. It was a thermocol glass my father had left once after he was too drunk even to beat me. I had slipped it. I somehow learned to put it against the wall and hear voices. It was magic, real magic. Like every other visit, my captor entered the room, failing to walk straight, and banged the box. It had always been there. After he had left, I looked at the box, never really understood what it was like anything else. The box was just like me, but there was no red water coming off its broken part, except for a thin blood-colored wire popping out. Something inside me was sure that I could fix this. I thought of an idea. I got to use the magic glass to hear something. I found one end of the box's wire and dig it into the bottom of the glass. Something inside the radio moved. It was hard for me to judge that movement. I was sure it moved, but it never changed its place. At one point, the thing stopped to feel as if it was moving. With the use of my thumb and index finger, I tried harder to twist it, and there was a click. And then I heard a sound. I did not understand what I was hearing. This was a different language altogether. It took me 8 days to emulate that voice. 3 months later, I realized that I was talking. And a year later, I understood that they spoke to me from a place where they could not reach me in another 7,56,86,400 heartbeats. Today, I understand it has 2 years. They taught me shapes. A closed fist stamp on the wall made a circle. They also explained that if all the sides were the same, it would be a square. They helped me picture the planetary system. I learned about the sun, about the moon, and the stars. Kuare most ame you ufek yan kaze. I asked them, of all the people in this world, why am I a captive? They did not have an answer for that, but they did mention something very beautiful. Tes kuro nare jokyo. The glass is never half empty. Slowly, there did emerge a feeling to run out, but I was scared. His ways of torture were getting more and crazer. I also learned about a word I never had around me, bravery. I wanted to face my fate maker head on. It was all a matter of time when he showed up with his belt and came closer to hit me. First time in my life I resisted the blow with my bare hands. They were not weak. They were trained to take worse. And he was now going to witness the backlash of what he himself created. His shouts were much louder than mine. He brutally hit me, though the fight went on for long, but this time it wasn't one-sided. As every movie has a savior, my story has a hero too. Bang was the noise when he came forcing himself into the room. He was a policeman who came to my rescue, but was he? Shot dead was the man who hit me all my life. The man with the same colored clothes turned towards me, showed me his face by taking off his hat, and walked out of the room. Maybe he gave me a sign of freedom, or maybe he tried to show me what he was, but I was unknown to all of it. I sat there for a while looking at him. I was scared to do many things now. Blood fled from his head all the way to the floor, flowing every emotion that he had curbed in me. I did not know how I felt, but that feeling was better, better than ever felt before. Finally, I summoned my courage and walked out of the door towards my freedom. All my life in the orphanage, I tried to figure how my saviors looked, moving the wheel of blindness aside. I finally realized that the man with the green face and big eyes came from the other world who taught me all I knew throughout my life before I was rescued. With time, Even the picture of my captor faded. What stayed was the story, which made me the woman I am today. And so I can say, the glass is never half empty.